So I've always known how X11 works, the whole client server architecture thingy. But recently I've seen an incredibly entertaining video by Cathode Ray Dude about X11. And as he was flinging windows around between machines and entire sessions, I came to the realization that I've never seen an instance where a single app extends itself naturally over multiple machines. And another magical thought came to mind. Back in the days when security was not a thing, what was stopping an entire office building from having just everyone's machines open and accepting new connections from everyone else's? The things we could have had, the bigger dreams of shared computings that we could have had between each other, that we can't because we can't have nice things. So anyway, to scratch that itch, I decided to write my own app that does exactly that. I call it xchat. I know, the name is probably taken, but what xchat does is a simple chat between X machines. Now, aside from my MacBook that runs xchat, the rest of the machines only run X, for all intents and purposes. They don't run xchat itself. In fact, xchat is an executable compiled for ARM on this Mac. It's not compatible with the rest of the machines I'm going to show. So let me just put in my name here. And this is a bare bones C app, so it looks very basic. It's written with no libraries aside from the standard library in Xlib to help me manage connection. And it's as simple as a little chat with this invite button. And I'm just gonna type in an IP address, 8, of another machine in my network that has the X server running and open. And it's gonna go to that machine. It says invite sent. And by invite, it means it sent a whole window to this crusty old Macintosh that's barely connected to the network. This Macintosh runs Mac X, an X implementation by Apple, and look how wonderful it works. And again, ChatX is not running here. This is just Mac X. ChatX is sending it a window. And I'm going to just write here a nickname. Sorry, the CRT is really hard to film and it's also spazzing out because I need to recap this. But once I type in the name, and here the local acknowledged that the remote has joined the chat, the little typo there, and there we go. It's a chat, just like any other. And I can type, hey from the Mac. Ooh. And there it is. I'm gonna stop filming this CRT, as entertaining as it is, and we can keep this party going because I have a little Lenovo Legion here, running the only good OS for these devices. It's running SteamOS, of course, and I have also opened this up to the network. So I'm going to type here this device's IP address. 1.15. Also, before this, I'm going to give it a name here because it's inconvenient from the deck. So I'm going to say deck at this address. This just allows me to skip the inputting of the username on the other device. Oh. Ooh, what happened there? Yep. Invite sent. And here on the deck, indeed, I have been invited. And I will tap this tiny little button. And here's my chat. Now again, xchat is only running on this MacBook. But because xchat uses pretty much a bare bone X, it I can make an app that spreads over and sends its windows to other machines. And I've just never seen an app do that. Now, this is completely not production ready. It's insecure. It doesn't do memory management well. It's missing tons of features, of course, like you can't copy paste, you can't select text. There's no real text box or input system. You can switch that. Of course, this is not a real app. But I imagine that in the 80s, when X was, everyone had X, right, on their Unix machines, on their workstations. And it only takes a very small step to say, we all know each other in this network. Wouldn't it be great? Just like we have mail, and just like we have many other tiny chatting utilities when we're all connected to the same machine in a text environment, wouldn't it be just swell to be able to do this with graphics? And X says yes. That's exactly what it's for. Just never seen it done.